Who that?
Oh, this is from, okay. Ivory, look, this is Woman in the Club. This is Pretty P, Ivory, Scotty, me. We all went to the strip club one night. We had so much fun. Somebody, Jazz posted this. Look, and this is.
Hey, y'all better turn
really
up.
Be like sisters having fun.
Y'all better turn up.
It's going on.
Hey.
Oh, that's another blog posted it.
That's why I came in to see what blogs picked it up. Ooh. It's not even worth all of the fake because it's been too much talking and too many side comments on.
Natalie, what's going on?
Child.
Let's see what they send in the comments. They said, girl, bye, you did this before and took it back. I remember. One says, before me was she went live in spilled tea and then took it back. Talking about she was just upset and she loves it.
Child. So did you really have a problem at the network and you took it back? What happened? You just thought about it and felt it wasn't necessary? What? You wanted to get another check? What?
No, I won't. I'll say this because I have to I have to be very careful with literally just for real, like how I answer that type of question. But no, I feel like that day in particular, it was just a lot going on. And I feel like sometimes I be triggered from shit that happened when I was on Bad Girls Club. You know? Because I went into that with very like pure intentions and they set us the fuck up to be like ruined or destroyed. Like all of our shit was like ruined. And so in this type of environment, like when the slightest of things happen, the smallest of things can happen and it puts me back in fight or flight mode.
Gotcha. I don't see you laughing at the BB gun.
It was never funny.
Okay. Because I didn't see no clip. And I feel like if Rolly, because Rolly give me, this is not you, this is not Jayla, this is West. Rolly give me mascot of this network. Rolly give me, let me not do too much because I'm not Mona, I'm West. So I'm going to be West.
We out of line?
I'm going to be West. You about to mix bottles now. You ain't going to be able to drive. You're going to be able to drive. Don't tell me, oh, I live such. I said, Child. Well, I don't know how you party. But Rolly give me mascot of this network. So in my mind, I feel like if you would have said something or if you would have smiled to her narrative that she was giving, that you was laughing and kikiing, that they would have showed the clip, but we never seen the clip. Is there anything that you need to tell the world about that moment so that we feel that you was caring about Tommy bringing? Because I feel like I thought it was serious. A lot of y'all thought it was serious, but then it became a thing because y'all went out to the club. Y'all act like y'all didn't care.
No, because you got to remember when scenes happen like that, it don't just be like a 5-second thing or 15-minute thing and then it's over. We be there for a long period of time. When Tommy pulled out that gun and decided to, me and Natalie fell back. I hurt my arm. I have a plate in my arm right here. I broke my arm before. There's a plate in this arm. When I fell back on this arm, I fell like this, like at an angle. I thought my other arm was broke. That's why, like, you can hear me in the background saying my arm. I think, damn, I was like, I broke one arm. I think my other arm broke. You can hear me saying it. If you go back and watch the episode, I'm talking about my arm because me and Natalie were on an iron bench, and Natalie kicked us backwards when she shot that gun. And when we fell back, me and Natalie fell on my arm. My arm was fucked up for weeks, like it was bruised, my arm was fucked up. So no part of me never thought that shit was funny. I never laughed at none of it. Gun violence, like, and I feel like this. And you can hear me saying it in the clip. I said, y'all gonna get a lot of backlash from this because of the gun laws and everything that's going on in America right now with just guns. Like, it's not funny. I never thought that shit was funny. I still don't think that it's funny. Like, I don't give a what I think about Rolly or what my relationship with her is at this given moment, or Tinkerbella. That shit wasn't funny and it wasn't cool. And it was very scary for all of us because anybody could have gotten seriously hurt. Bullets, pellets, rubber bullets, BB gun. I don't know what the fuck it was, but somebody could have gotten really hurt. And we have seen movies and films where bullets have gotten into them guns and it, it's supposed to be a prop or a joke or whatever.
All of that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Bruce Lee famously got murdered or killed.
Exactly. And then what was the other guy? What recently? The guy that was the white man that was on set, the really famous actor that ended up shooting somebody because it was real bullets in the gun or whatever it was. Instead of I'm gonna look it up, but yeah, like there was like a I felt so
it wasn't
sorry
funny.
for him.
And I love
But you know what I'm
Tommy.
saying?
I think Tommy gorgeous. I think she's beautiful.
Yeah,
but I'm like,
she's a beautiful woman.
yeah, I'm like, yeah, that was not funny.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if production knew about that, but my thing is this: what if
those are real bullets?
What if those were real bullets? Or what if somebody said, let's play another joke. We're going to think Shaman going to shoot it in the air. We're going to put real bullets and make them go crazy. And what if she would have pointed it at somebody? Anything. That shit could have went any kind of way. I never thought it was funny, and I still don't.
Well, that's good to know. I will say, playing devil's advocate, though, I can understand from the viewer's perception if Tommy may have been told, because this Tommy said on social media, she was told that y'all was going to jump her. I don't know who the y'all is, but before she got up on scene, it was a lot of women talking about Tommy. Between Tinka, Rolly, Natalie seemed that she was just dealing with the scene just to deal with the scene, but it seemed like everybody had a little something to talk about. Now, if I'm the special guest walking onto a scene of broads that just like to fight for whatever reason, I'm going to be like, I ain't finna play with y'all fools.
Can I tell you something?
Mm-hmm.
I seen Tommy when I was in Miami. I ended up running into Tommy at Tootsie's. And I never, ever really see her out and about. But this one particular night, I seen Tommy out. She was at Tootsie's. And I looked at her and I told her, I said, I understand why you brought that gun. And the reason that I say that is because when you're in the entertainment industry, I feel like people play a lot of games. I feel like people play a lot of games and forget that it's still people's real lives that we're dealing with. And them people could have potentially or allegedly wanted to hurt her. And she's beautiful.
Yeah.
That bitch pretty like me, and I don't even say that. You ain't. Let me say something.
But y'all ain't never fought though.
No.
Clock it.
But I'm gonna say this, even if me and Tommy would have ever fought, I would still tell you she's pretty like me.
But that's fine, but I still don't see it.
No, I would never.
Pretty bitches ain't fighting pretty bitches.
Because exactly.
It's just, for what?
You seen the 5,500 Tom Brown outfit she had on.
Listen. I love Tommy. Shout out to Tommy.
She's a fly bitch, and she's beautiful. She's absolutely beautiful. Because that was really when I seen her in Miami.
Can you make sure she in focus? Her chair shifted a couple times.
Sorry.
No, you good. You good.
But when I seen her in Miami, that was the first time that I really got a chance to talk to her for real. And I was just like, oh wow, she's beautiful like me. Like, this is a really beautiful lady. Like, this is a pretty ass bitch. Like, this bitch pretty. And I'm not even a person, I don't gawk over other women. I'm not gay, but I only give it up to a select few.
Yeah, she is it.
And she is in the bunch that I'll give it up to. There's only maybe 5 women that I will give it up to.
In the baddies world, or just
in general.
Okay.
Just in the world.
Are you afraid of Tinka?
Who?
Tinka.
Who? Let me tell you something. I'm not afraid of nobody.
Okay.
Because I serve the big God.
Okay.
Ain't nobody walking God's green earth that can put fear in my heart.
We see this moment online. She talking about Thanksgiving, turkey, gobble, gobble. She yelling at you because now this is what I heard. And you can correct me. Akbar, you went and told Akbar something about Tinker. Tinker found out. Now Tinker mad at you, and she want to know if y'all friends, why you talking to the broad that she don't like about her.
Damn, I called the wrong person. Never mind. Hold on 1 second.
Wow.
Hold on, because I'm a bitch that like to prove points. Hey, sister. So I'm sitting here doing this interview, right? And it's a very great interview, but what was the question you asked me so I can make sure that I answer it correctly?
So we're on the topic of Tinker having a problem with Jayla. And what was said online was that
Tinker said that I told you her business. Did I ever tell you any of Tinker business?
No, somebody else did.
Did I ever tell you anything about Tinker? Did I ever spread her business to you? Did I ever talk negatively?
If I ever wanted to find something out about a person, I could find it. It's not that deep. He just come drop in my lap. You never said nothing about her. Only thing that you did say was, it was like when we was talking, it was like you weren't like trying to be messy. We were just having a conversation. You was like, that was when she asked you if you more cooler than me, if you more cooler with me than her, and I was like, why would that even be a question that she asked? And that just seemed weird.
Because people wanted to know why me and Tinker had a falling out. And I said, because she asked me who I was cooler with, her or Akbar. And I said, I'm not choosing sides between y'all because I fuck with both of y'all equally.
Well, me and her never had a problem for her to ask you that, so it looked weird on her behalf.
And that's just all it was. But I like when certain shit is happening, I don't even like to answer certain questions. I want it to come from somebody else so that people know I'm not lying. But I love you. I'm going to call you back when I leave here.
All
right. There, you got it for yourself. I never told. Look, you see me pick my phone up, and I called my little cousin. If I called the wrong person.
She said, "Child."
I said, I'll call you right back. And he called my little cousin. But that's what I'm saying. Like,
so
one
friend.
thing, I don't have to go and tell nobody's business. I'm not that kind of girl.
And I like that. I like that we got clarification on that because you was giving spooked and nervous on the video. It seemed like Tinker was all this standing up and da-da-da, and then you was off on the other side and it was people.
It's not giving spooked and nervous, but it's like, I know you and like I've had real life heart to hearts with you, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Like I opened up and I read you. Mm-hmm. My spirit, I gave you spiritual messages from the Lord above. Mm-hmm. I opened myself up spiritually to you and I had real conversations with you. And she knows this multiple times. Mm-hmm. And you get on the internet and in front of cameras, in front of other people, and you play about me, and I'm flabbergasted. That's why you see me not saying nothing, because I'm hurt. I'm hurt, and it's like I'm taken aback because it's like, bitch, is you really doing this right now? After all the conversations me and you have had, as many heart-to-hearts that we have had, this girl came in my room and cried in the middle of the night after one of her family members passed away when we was on Caribbean. And I consoled you, girl. I was there for you. When y'all needed me, y'all always could seek solace or some sort of comfort.
Yeah, you give that.
But then when I don't do something that y'all don't like or whatever the case may be, it's like y'all want to come and try to make it seem like I'm the big bad wolf or I'm like this terrible person. But I'm not terrible when you need a shoulder to cry on. I'm not terrible when you need somebody to hold and keep your secrets, and you know I'm the one bitch that ain't never gonna say nothing.
Listen, I gotta ask
you. So whoever it is.
Cause
and I ain't the one. Hold on, before we move on. Cause I'm not the one that started that motherfucking rumor about Tinkerbella. and who she was supposed to be dealing with. I wasn't the person that originated that rumor.
So who was the person? You gonna call it out?
No. Cause I ain't no messy. I'm not a messy ass bitch. I'm only here to let you know that I'm not the bitch that started that rumor.
Is the person on the cast?
Of course.
They was on that cast. Are they on?
It was two cast members that came and said it to me.
Are they on Baddies Africa?
I can't say. But they was on the season where the shit happened at. That's all that matters. But I'm gonna say this. I didn't start the rumor, but I was wrong for repeating it.
Okay.
Like I told you, I'm very self-aware and I can admit when I'm wrong.
Okay.
Somebody came to me, two of my castmates came to me and said, so and such and such and so and such is doing da-da-da, and this is why we think da-da-da. It don't matter who said it to me or whatever. When I heard it,
did you tell that?
I went to two of my cast members. I went to Natalie and Rolly, and those were the two people that I repeated it to. And I was wrong because I shouldn't have done that. Somebody came to me, and even if it was a Kiki, because I didn't know that to be true, I should have never gone and repeated that. That was wrong. I should have never done that. That's not right. And so, I apologized to Tinkerbella and the person that they quote unquote accused her of dealing with or, having dealings with. I apologized to both of them. And I went to the person in question and I told them who I heard it from and who I repeated it to, so that if it ever came back out later on from any sources or whatever, this is who I heard it from and these are the only people that I repeated it to. And no, it ain't right, but this is what I did and I take ownership for it and I apologize for it because you ain't been nothing but good to me. And you always respected me. You always been my people. And I heard something and in a low vibrational moment, I went and repeated it thinking that I was trying to get clarity on it or, having a little kiki. Having a little kiki and trying to get a little bit of clarity. Like, girl, have you heard this? You know what I'm saying? And it didn't stay right there.
Right.
And it should have,
right,
but it didn't.
I'm glad that you can admit your...
And so listen, I know when I'm wrong. Ain't nobody got to tell me when I'm wrong. I know when I'm wrong. And I can apologize for it. I'm not a person that's too big to apologize. Okay. I know when I'm wrong. And I was wrong as for that.
Now, was you wrong for breaking the one baddie rule that we know?
No.
Let me get it out now. You done broke the one baddie rule. The one baddie rule of fighting in a booked venue. And
I don't know how to get me.
And yeah, we're gonna talk about it. Because when you think of Jayla, you like Jayla plays by the rules. She been doing this for a long time, and yeah, you got in that girl face and just commenced to, and then it was a huge debacle. So, first question, I think you already answered it, but I'm gonna ask it again. Do you feel that you were in the wrong for starting the fight?
No, because I did not start the fight. I just hit her first. I didn't start it.
So what started the fight? When she bumped you? That's what started it?
Natalie started that motherfucking fight.
Wait, no, what do you mean? I need clarification.
I'm not gonna blame it on her friend.
Cause she came and said, tell your bald-headed friend, you ain't got to
tell no bitch to hit me.
Listen.
Wait, so I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna lay it out for you. Because me and Dolly actually talked about this, so this ain't new information.
Okay. What
happened was, we in the club, and we all fam. And okay, wait. The night before we go out, the episode before that, you see Anna and Lex get into it with Scotty and Anna. I mean, you see Anna and Scotty get into it with Summer and Lex on the balcony with the wig and all of that, right? Yeah. And then in the next episode, we go to the club, right? So technically, TV Land, that's next day. So the next day, we in the club, and Scotty says to me, like, we just partying, we having a good time. And mind you, like I told you before, these beefs don't be mine. This is another beef or another fight that wasn't mine. So Scotty tells me that Dolly kicked her in the club. She said, yeah, Dolly kicked me. And I said, are you sure? You know, like, whatever. She's like, yeah, that bitch kicked me. She's like, because Lex and Summer have on heels, Dolly has on sneakers. She kicked me. She's right. She kicked me. And so I'm like, okay, I got a trick for that ass. And so, you know, Natalie is doing her Natalie. Natalie is doing like her Natalie thing, you know, trying to turn it up. You know, we're in Hawaii. It's time to go home, guys. Like, let's turn it up. So Natalie wants to turn it up. And so, you know, that's my best friend. We be on bullshit. We was on bullshit that night. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm gonna tell the truth and I'm gonna shame the devil. Me and Natalie, we was on bullshit that night. And after that bitch kicked Scotty, I told Natalie to play Nuck If You Buck, so we could really see what type of timing it was on. So that's why you see me. So what happened was, like, in the clip, you see me kind of like in the back a little bit and then come to the front once it's like the little. The only reason I was back there is because I walked back there to tell Natalie to play Nuck If You Buck. Once Nuck If You Buck came on, I walked to the front and now I got the microphone in my hand and we nucking and bucking. Crying my business hoe, you know, whatever this song, however the song go. I'm a gat tone pistol open. Whatever. Thank y'all. Negro spiritual since the 8th grade. I'm from Atlanta. I love y'all. Crying my show. But I told Natalie, I said, play Nuck If You Buck. Like, everybody from the South already know. Like, if you got pressure with anybody, and
baby, that song come on, it's over.
If you got pressure with anybody and they play Nuck If You Buck, you already know what time it is. Ain't no talking. It's time to fight. Cause you nucking and bucking. You nucking if you buck, bitch. The fuck. And so Dolly was bumping me a little bit. And so I was kind of like letting her do it. Like, I'm gonna let you do just enough so that when I wild the fuck out, it's justified. I'm one of them, like, I'm gonna let you do just enough.
So you giving me this was calculated, or you just wanted to see what type of what pressure she was giving?
I wanted to see what type of time she was on because she kicked Scotty.
Got you.
And so after you kick my bitch and your two friends is over there and you kind of trying to be by us, I want to see what you really own for real, because it's giving you want that, but you're not really saying you need that. But I got that for you.
Got you.
You feel me?
Okay.
And so when it came down to it, it was like she kicked Scotty. And Scotty told me she kicked me. And then we was going back and forth. She was really trying to be seen. And you're not finna be seen on my accord. So we going back and forth. And then her and Scotty had their little interaction. And then Dolly goes over and tells Natalie, you better get your bald head ass friend. Add the sound effects.